The golden bell of the ancient kingdom. Long ago, nestled between emerald hills and winding rivers, lay the magnificent kingdom of Suryagarh. It was a land of golden wheat fields and gardens that bloomed in every color of the rainbow. In the center of the palace courtyard hung a massive golden bell. King Aditya, the wise ruler with a heart as vast as the sky, had placed it there with a sacred promise. Whether you are rich or poor, young or old, if you face a great trouble, ring this bell. I will listen and I will help. Near the edge of the kingdom lived a 10-year-old boy named Veer and his mother, Amara. Veer was a boy with messy black hair and a spirit as bright as the morning sun. He loved his village, but one summer, a terrible heat gripped the land. The clouds fled and the sun beat down without mercy. Amara worked hard in their little garden, but the soil began to crack and the green leaves turned to dust. One morning, Veer ran to the village well, only to find it nearly empty. A group of villagers gathered, their faces etched with worry. An old farmer named Sam leaned on his walking stick and sighed heavily. "The crops are dying, Veer," Sam whispered. "If the rain does not come soon, our animals and our children will have nothing to drink." Veer looked into the dark, hollow depths of the well and felt a spark of determination in his chest. That night, Veer could not sleep. He thought of the thirsty children and the brown fields. "Mother," he said the next morning as he packed a small bag, "I am going to the palace to ring the golden bell." Amara's eyes widened with fear. "The palace is so far, and the guards are very strict, my son," she cried. But seeing the brave light in Veer's eyes, she hugged him tightly. "Be brave, my little lion," she whispered, sending him off with her blessing. The journey was long and difficult. Veer walked past parched forests and streams that had turned to pebbles. Along the way, he met a flower seller named Malati, who sat weeping beside her wilted roses. "The beauty of the kingdom is fading," Malati sighed. Veer shared his last drop of water with her and told her of his mission. He realized then that the drought wasn't just in his village. The entire kingdom was crying out for help. By evening, the grand palace of Suryagarh rose before him like a mountain of white marble. Veer walked through the gates, his heart drumming against his ribs. There it was, the golden bell of justice, glowing in the setting sun. It looked so much bigger than he had imagined. For a moment, he felt very small and very afraid. He thought of turning back, but then he remembered the dry well and the thirsty children of his village. Veer reached out and grasped the heavy silken rope. With all his might, he pulled. Dong. The sound was like a giant heartbeat echoing through the halls. Dong. Dong. Suddenly, the courtyard was filled with soldiers. A tall guard captain named Kiran marched forward, his armor clinking. "Who dares to ring the bell?" Kiran demanded. When he saw Veer, his stern face softened with surprise. "A child? Why have you come so far, little one?" Captain Kiran led Veer into the royal court. King Aditya sat upon his golden throne, his long white beard flowing like a silken waterfall. The king leaned forward, his kind eyes fixed on the boy. "You have rung the bell of justice, young Veer," the king said softly. "Tell me, what weight is upon your heart?" Veer bowed deeply and spoke clearly about the parched fields, the empty wells, and the suffering of his people. The king was moved by Veer's courage. He immediately ordered his engineers to build canals from the northern rivers and open the royal water reserves. Weeks later, the sound of rushing water filled the air. Veer returned home to find his village transformed. Fresh, cool water flowed through the new stone channels. Children splashed happily, and the fields began to turn a brilliant, joyful green. Amara stood by the canal, tears of joy streaming down her face. To celebrate the return of life to the land, King Aditya held a grand festival. People from all over the kingdom gathered, and the palace was lit with thousands of lanterns. The king called Veer to the stage and placed a shimmering golden medal around his neck. Bravery has no age. the king announced. From that day on, Veer was known as the little hero of Suryagarh, reminding everyone that one small voice, spoken with courage, can change the world.